guys, it's Mickey. Sorry, it's been a while. Actually, let me turn on my TV real quick. Anyway, sometimes it's hard to sit down and do these, but I'm trying to get better at it. So, last time I did this, talked about what my health and everything, and I was going to the doctor, and you know, I hate doctors, number one. They told me that there was one cyst that they saw. They did a closer look, I guess, because this person is an expert. So they did a closer look and found that I had a normal cyst in there that happens during that time of the month, and so, you know, that was normal. Then there were other cysts around it. It's like, okay, well, I'm still having this extreme pain. My hormones are still going crazy. So then, what is it? You know? So they gave me a birth control shot called a Depot shot. Didn't work, and they gave me 300 milligrams. You know, I don't know how everything works. Doctor told me it would work right away, and it didn't. I just, you know, anyway, yes, it's just too stressful to even talk about and go into, because, you know, right now I'm actually trying to see, okay, maybe I can, you know, they gave me some pain pills and I started taking them at night a few days ago, and my pain during the day has actually been better, because they're, you know, honestly, there's one of the side effects that makes you drowsy, so maybe by taking it at night, it helps to be able to, you know, it kind of helps the pain in the morning. But so, and it wasn't on the bottle to do that, so it was like, you know, I just needed help sleeping, and because being really intelligent and, you know, and really smart, which I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody by saying that. I'm not saying that, oh, well, you know, because I'm so intelligent and so smart, because that's mean. I'm just saying that I am. I'm not, there's nothing wrong with stating the fact. If you're good at something, you know, if you do something, if you've done something, nothing wrong with stating the fact that you've done it. People can say that, you know, you're trying to, you know, you think you're better than everybody else because you have this, or, you know, oh yeah, you're whining, you're complaining. Well, you know what, fuck off, okay? Some people do that, some people don't. So, unless you know, you know, I've had this on my mind as of late. You know, there's that term, you know, ye who cast the first stone have, you know, these have stones cast down mine. You know, that kind of, you know, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. But, you know, I've said this a lot, unless you're working on your problems, unless you know your problems and working on it, because some people are like, well, I know my problems, but they're not working on it. They're not trying to do anything to get better, you know. And you know, some people try, but like me, there's so much shit going on that, you know, trying to take care of everything, you can't do. But you are trying. So if anybody says you're not trying hard enough, tell them to go fuck themselves. And this is not for everybody. This is for people that have suffered their whole life and they're fighting to get better and fighting to help others, and the good people out there, which is something I really need to explain, which I'm going to try to do more explaining on my video blogs, so that people, I mean, like, people don't know the real meaning of something. People don't, understand why I tweet things and Facebook status things on, or, well, write a Facebook status about things, or type. I need to start explaining that, so I'm going to work on doing that. But, I'll explain good people, but it's, some people like to think they're in a certain category of people because they're stupid and they're bimbos and they're preppy and they're jocks. Oh, people that don't know how to talk or spell, and how they talk. They talk like this, you know what I'm saying? Or, sorry, go to school, learn what you're being taught, or maybe do it yourself. Hey, you know what? Yahoo is a great spell check. Learn how to talk. This is America. Learn English. And that's not saying if you're from another country and you move here and you don't know the language. Hey, you know what? I believe it's only fair that if you're going to move somewhere, you do need to know how the country you're living in, or even the state. Because there are certain areas in America, in every other country that's different. So you need to learn that to adapt, to be able, like I said, I'll explain these things, but you need to learn that so that you're prepared. You need to be prepared. It's too bad people aren't these days. Hell, they weren't decades ago, which is very, very sad. I think it's getting worse. Well, that's why I'm doing these. Yeah. But, it's only fair just to get to know where you're at. Which I was totally off subject, but, it's a great point. Which any, still really learn to talk, learn to spell, just because you were born in a certain area doesn't mean you have to let that control who you are. Grow up. Especially for people who can't. I'm not going to feel sorry for you. I'm not going to say, oh, poor you. I'm not going to do it. So, on to a subject I like to talk about. A lot of people like to use the term, we're meant, things are meant to happen for a reason. It's a funny one. And actually a very sick one. I've actually kind of talked about this a bit, but, I want people to really think about that. Things are meant to happen for a reason. Really? So you're saying that when a kid is molested, or beat up, or made fun of, or forced to go to church, and I can go on and on. There are different areas of all those things. And this is by their family. That it's meant to be. So I guess what you're saying is the abuse that you went through as a kid. Or maybe you didn't. How would you feel? How would it feel if you were to go through that kind of abuse as a kid? Huh? I mean, I say this, you know, every time I get into my little fights with God, quote unquote. Which, if people that know me know that I'm against religion, and that's something I'm